Hello and welcome everyone into Solosis Community Day. We've got our first shiny after 4 checks already. It's triple Catch Dust, which is why we're going to try our best to go hardcore for this one, no matter what the quality of the Pokemon is. And I apologize, my phone's lagging because I'm charging it. It's actually quite a nice hot day here. First and foremost, let me know how you did in the comments below, of course. Was this your first chance of getting shiny Solosis? Did you get yourself shinies with backgrounds and all that stuff? And the main thing, that's actually a 3-star, not too bad whatsoever. We've got ourselves Mega Rayquaza down for some boosted candy and whatnot, and I just want to see how this goes today because, of course, this Community Day is the first of its kind with a brand new lure mechanic. We've moved away from the last 5 or 6 years of Community Days, in fact 7 years nearly of Community Days, where lures last for 3 hours. Now they are lasting for 1 hour. However, the chance of getting a background encounter off of lures is increased, so it's a free-ish way of getting yourself a background Solosis if you care for that sort of thing. I'm fully aware that not everybody cares for backgrounds, and that is entirely fair enough because it doesn't actually impact the Pokemon whatsoever. It's just a collectible. I would like to say thanks very much to Max Ruboy from the Patreon squad who's gifted us the ticket for this Community Day. Thank you very much, mate. Appreciate your generosity. Let's see what it can deliver today because, of course, that hasn't changed. In fact, we've already completed it, so let's just go through and claim the items and everything. In fact, we'll take the star piece very nicely if it's going to let me claim them at all. Not a shiny on check number 1, and I don't know the research hundo. Let's go into this sort of blind, as it were, but that's fine. Not a shiny on check number 2, and that's significantly worse. Check. I think you're getting more encounters, which is actually really nice to see. 575, that was a very good Ferrari from the early 2000s. And we're going to get ourselves a bunch of candy, bunch of XL, and a non-shiny that's going to be a 566, hopefully with that background for Tales of Transformation. And we got ourselves a nice Lion Mane's latte to kick things off for the afternoon. I'm hoping you all had a fantastic Community Day, no matter what the quality of Solosis as a Pokemon is. Because it's barely scraping the 3 stars. This thing, when it evolves to its final stage with the brand new Community Day move, how good it's going to be, it's probably terrible, I'm just going to say that. What we need to do right now is make our way into Walpole and drop some lures and give a go at this whole lure spawn background shenanigans, because what I've heard from the land down under is potentially the wild encounters were even giving backgrounds. I will state I've actually already got something like 12 shiny Solosis in the storage, so this is not a new shiny for me. In fact, we got our very first hundo. This was back in 2021. We were recording some of the earlier episodes of the Incensed podcast, so that's actually done from, God, September of 2021. Our first shiny was actually 2023. We were in a party, God knows, what was that, the 22nd of November 2023, so a little while ago. We won't be recording every shiny Solosis today, but a 612 is off of the Incensed podcast. There we go, because it's a Sunday. It's a Sunday Community Day. It does allow me to say, go and check out episode 244, which is released on all podcast platforms and YouTube, of course, today. Go and drop it a download. Fresh episode, very funny. We cover a lot of Halloween news and all that sort of jazz, and it's a jolly good laugh. As always, with Mark and Ian, this is 2-star Solosisness, and we have put down some lures, so it's a chance to see if 487 or maybe this one, some no backgrounds. This is the thing I want to see, is how's the payoff, because reducing the lure duration to 1 hour rather than 3 during the 3-hour window, but then it actually is accessible all the way through till 9 PM on the Community Day. How's that going to pay off versus just having 3-hour lures and not having backgrounds coming off them? Because me personally, I like a background, but I wouldn't have traded out the bonus for it, to be honest. I think don't mess with a format that has worked for 7 years. If we have a little look-see here, it's a tiny translucent testicle. That is what the Community Day has become known as in my book. And let me know, how many testes did you pick up today that were shiny? It is also worth noting, I don't know if you saw it, but this Community Day was actually basically double XP as well as triple Catch Stardust, which, coupled with the XP celebration event that is still going on right now, that meant it was 4 times XP, plus a lucky egg makes it 8 times Catch XP, which is frankly astonishing. This is the best bonus com day I think we've actually ever seen. I do think, given that this is now a thing, background regular Pokemon should not count as a special trade. I really don't see the point of it being a special trade, but a party challenge has been completed with all of my compadres over there. Fantastic. And 16 Pokeballs with the reward, and we have a Solosis with a background 572 that's not a shiny. But if you want to hear all about the Translucent Testicle Community Day review, make sure you listen to episode 245 next Sunday from the Incensed podcast, because I'm fairly sure that Mark, myself and Ian will be delving into all the testicle collection. It's nice of them to give us an extended window to check them. We're going to try our hand at getting some background goodness right now. We've got that stage 2 of the premium track research, but 3 Solosis tasks, I believe. one is not a shiny. There is also a new one, Catch 50 Pokemon, which, yeah, is a long-winded one, but at least that... Ooh, shiny from the research of 555 CP. Yes, with Silver Pineapple, because why the hell not? I want to see if that's a background task or not, because I've not been paying attention to the research I've been picking up. Catch 50 Pokemon, yes, it's a long-winded one, but at least you can do it and don't have to battle 5-star raids or be in a party or whatever. Yes, it's a background shiny from research. Let's freaking go. Dead 2-star, but that is kind of what we wanted to achieve today. At least get a background shiny from that new mechanic. And a check. It's not a back-to-backer of 564. Premium items as well. Again, Max Ruboy, thank you for the Solosis research. Check 2 is not a shiny. Catching 3 Solosis successfully. Check. There's the Delusion. Hey, give a shout out in the comments if you managed to pick one of those up. And actually, let me know in the comments below, because tomorrow I am going to record a long-winded format video about level 80. There's a lot of things to discuss around level 80, and you can post any comments or worries or anything you want answered in the comments below on this video. I'll try and go through them. That's a dirty 3-starer. Completing the page 2. It seems that the research is significantly easier this time around. I just had to drop like 8 berries to get this page done. That's a non-shiny... well, I should have a background, Solosis. I like the fact they made it easier. I like the fact they've put more inclusive tasks in there and made it more accessible to people who don't have a huge community or whatever, or players around them. Haven't had a lure shiny yet, so that's what we'd like to see. That last clip's audio might have been terrible, actually, but look at this. It's a lure shiny, 310 CP, and I want to see if that's going to have a background on it. Shout out to Akira, one of the local squad. He got the Shundo with the background from research, so it is possible. It's no background shiny off of the lure, since that's our first lure shiny. May still be a bit of a struggle, but again, do you really care? Like, oh, there we go, there's another shiny of 1011 CP, that's a bit of a higher one. Nice. Background's not everybody's cup of tea. I like them on more specific good stuff, but the fact that there's so many backgrounds coming through on all these things, it's too much for the storage. That is going to be 0-star. They're now at 3 o'clock, and that is a 574 shiny from field research. Don't golden razz it. Solosis is not worth it, even though I've just silver pineapps, so who cares? Let's get a call. I think all the research tasks are guaranteed backgrounds now, which is nice, apart from obviously catch 3 Solosis, but catch 5 Pokemon while in a party gives you that background. That's actually quite a decent one. Yeah, 89 actually, I take it back. It could go a lot better than this, but hey, it's our second background shiny. Just got to check those research stuff, but so far that lure bonus has not paid dividends for us. I will say we just had to lure up this section of the park again. We're gonna have to work our way around and lure up again. It's a way to get you to spend more resources on a community, that's for sure. I'd rather they had it so that it was 3-hour lures during the 3-hour window, and then afterwards you could extend it to, if you want to put down a lure for an hour after the community day. That would probably work best. Hey, they can only try this sort of stuff once a month, you know, see how it pays out. Somebody else was mentioning is that unless you get the research ones, all the ones that you get from the lures are just terrible. There we go. That 910 CP is I think it's a glacial lure, is a shiny. All important shiny background testy. Is it? No, it's not, and it's 0-star. It's going to be one that's going to go to the bin, probably. What about you? Not a back-to-back. I still think that the research tasks are going to be the best way. God knows how many shiny Solosis that is into the day, but it's a 924 from the wild. Obviously, no background there from the wild. Apparently, in the land down under, I can't remember if I said it earlier in the video, but they were getting backgrounds from the wild. Let me know if you saw that, APAC folks, but so far it doesn't seem to be the case here, so at least they fixed it. It's not a back-to-backer. This should be a non-background task for 3 Solosis. Haven't seen very many of those today. Catch 5 Pokemon while in a party is that one that's not shiny. Oh, David got the hundo. That is a background hundo. Oh, I am fairly confident that's the number we saw. Son of a gun. Only our second ever 100% Solosis. Because let's be honest, we haven't really checked or clicked enough of them to give a damn. But background, first thing, star it, but that, oh, you son of a gun. Is it 586? I think I remember the wrong number. Unless Solosis is one of the ones that has the same number. So that's a background 98er. I guess it's a good job it wasn't shiny then. 50 Pokemon, not shiny, and 561, that's a bit more like it. I think I've noticed that the lures get a bit broken, so you do have to restart the game. But let's go through and claim a nice Rocket Radar, which never goes amiss, some Ultra Balls, claim the pass that disappeared briefly, and check the Solosis that's not shiny, 570. Let's check this one. Solosis not a shiny and 577. And then you're gonna get yourself a whatever this Pokemon's called. I don't care for this one, I've got to be honest. 12, 13, 2-star. Not the end of the world, but we get ourselves our final background encounter. 1 rare XL. It's not a shiny, and 564. Max, appreciate the generosity on the ticket. I really, really do mean that. That is a shiny 475 from a lure module. So I'm going to trial and test it again, because so far we haven't had any background shiny from a lure. We've had loads of backgrounds, quite a few shinies. They just haven't merged together. Ooh, no, once again, just the shiny sparkles. What about these ones dotted around here? It's also getting very difficult to tell what is lure spawn and what is not. Before we finish up the community day, a big thanks, as always, every single time, to the folks who are part of the Patreon squad who take the support to the next level, supporting this channel, the content that goes up on it, and all the bits and pieces behind the scenes and everything. It wouldn't be possible to continue doing the bits and pieces with Pokemon Go, like the travel, the live events, and everything else in between, were it not for these wonderful people. So I fully appreciate every single one of you for taking your pledges to one of the 3 tiers available. Thank you so much. Check it out, we actually ended on 34 shinies, which is not exactly the worst spell, considering we were actually taking it quite casual, to be honest. I wasn't catching everything and all that jazz. In terms of Stardust, a decent amount, nothing crazy, I would say. You could go much more hardcore. Let me know if you did go hardcore for the Stardust, of course. And of those 34 shinies, 3 were backgrounds, and all 3 of them from field research, I might add. Not one shiny background from lure modules, which is where I'm going to say this now, is let me know what you thought of this lure bonus thing. I personally didn't really gel with it, because I spent way too many lures doing the community day. I burnt through 32 lures deliberately to try and see what would happen with these lure module things and stuff like that. People have had shinies and backgrounds off of these lures, which is lovely to see, but for myself, not exactly the best experience. Yeah, I prefer having a 3-hour lure session and just keep these quests. The field research task, catch 50 Pokemon, 5 Pokemon in a party, vastly better than win a 5-star raid. As you can see, none of them were particularly good, but since we do want to get a bit of background goodness, let's evolve this one all the way up to, I still don't know how to pronounce its final stage, and I know somebody's going to tell me in the comments below, or maybe multiple people. It's okay, it's a Pokemon I don't care about. But here is Duosion, nice and subtle. You know, it's not the worst shiny in the world, let's say that, but it's not a new shiny dex for me, because we evolved it actually, I think last year as a shiny family. Again, let me know, was this your first chance getting SHINY Solosis and the family completed for this one? And did you get the premium ticket and all this sort of stuff? How did the day pan out for you? That's a nicer shiny, I think. The final stage looks good, fantastic, with a little sort of blue-purple aura on it. Background shiny, and it gets Charm as its exclusive fast attack. They've also removed the whole thing of being able to evolve to get the community day Pokemon move a week after the community day. For this one, it's only for 9 PM, so it's a bit of a shame about that. However, when it comes to backgrounds in general, we picked up 50 of the damn things, which is a lot more than usual, I would think. But how much are you going to really use these? I don't know, like backgrounds. And I will say, some of us, we had a couple of backgrounds actually come from wild spawns. Very, very rare, but it's good to know that it's possible. Overall, I would say this is not the worst community day in the world. It's a 3-stager, it's a shiny not everybody has, but it's certainly not the zestiest or most exciting. I do think we could have had a bit of a spookier Halloween-y theme to go alongside of it. But of course, let me know everything in the comments below, and I hope you enjoyed watching this video. And if you did, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below and stick with me for future Pokemon Go content. And don't forget, you can check out some of the videos available here across the screen. There's a really good video over here, and I'd highly recommend this one over here as well. But we will be back tomorrow talking about level 80. We have Legend ZA dropping next week, which is very exciting. I just ordered the Switch game. And Mega Rayquaza is next Saturday in a raid day. So I'll say until the next time, folks, do take care.